How's it going, guys? It's been a while now, isn't it, on YouTube? But it's mainly because I do kind of apologize, but I've mainly been streaming on Twitch and pretty much almost every day, and I'm enjoying. I'm having a blast over there. Honestly, it's the most enjoyment I've had playing FIFA in quite some time. Like, don't get me wrong, the gameplay per se is still as bad as ever, but I don't know, I'm enjoying it. And obviously, though, YouTube's still very important to me. So yeah, I'll be uploading videos whenever I can. And obviously, FIFA 20 last week and EA Play happened, and yeah, it pretty much kicked off FIFA 20. A lot to discuss, a lot to go through, and we're gonna go into every single pretty much point that they've made, right? Beginning with the brand new mode, the Volta. This is kind of like their main new mode coming into FIFA 20, and it's pretty much FIFA Street, right? It's FIFA Street, whatever you want to call it. And I'm all for it, guys. I'm thrilled that a mode like this has been added to the game because I've been asking for it for quite some time. I've tweeted something similar to this, but my reasoning with a mode like Volta is that it's you can have all the like unrealistic animations, all the like unrealistic skill moves, all the exploits, all the stuff that kind of like a lot that's been on FIFA 19. You can have it on FIFA Street, like no issues, no one's gonna complain, and then you can leave the 11 aside, clean and realistic. That's always why I think I've always wanted something like this, because you can have a best of both worlds, and above all, guys, it's a fun mode to play. To rotate between it and Ultimate Team. I think it pleases everyone. I don't see why people should complain about this. That's of course up until EA launched in typical EA fashion, the bombshell that I'm still in. I mean, I've seen like I'm still kind of in shock that they've done this. To be honest, like I'm waiting for a report that says no, you can. So pretty much, this mode you cannot play it with your friends. You cannot invite friends. It's a mode where you control all the 5 players or all the 4 players, whatever how much is gonna be, and you like play like a 1v1 against someone else. Yeah, sure, have that side of it. But to me, when you introduce a mode like this, it has to be similar to pro clubs where you control one player and your mate controls another, blah blah blah, and you can have a 5-a-side against 5-a-side. Like that's what I thought this mode was going to be about, and apparently it's not the case. So brilliant, EA, way to ruin it. I don't see how this mode's going to last, guys. I don't see how it's going to last 1 or 2 weeks maybe, but nah. If you can't play with your friends, it's over. Now on to the most important part, which is the gameplay. I was very pleased to see that they spent a lot of time speaking about the gameplay. I think over half of EA Play was pretty much the lead producer speaking about the gameplay. And I know some people might find it a little bit boring, but I was very glad to see that, because in past EA plays, in previous ones, the last one that I watched last year, they spent literally almost all of it speaking about the Champions League rights and blah 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 blah. Gameplay is especially after the year we've had, the most important thing. So yeah, let's go through the main points. The first one's the authentic game flow. So this pretty much entails the nerfing of AI defending, which we've already spoken about, and the 1v1s. The 1v1s in particular, I love how they single them out, because 1v1 to me heavily increases the skill gap, because if it means that with AI defending they have to select the player closest to the ball, and obviously you're the attacker, and when it labels a 1v1, it's the same thing in real life, right? Something's going to happen, whether you're going to get by him or you're going to lose the ball, but it starts that up, it kicks it up, and that massively increases the skill gap. So again, this is all lovely to see. The second one was the decisive moments, so including the strafe dribbling, I think it is. This, honestly, when the guy mentioned this, I just about had an orgasm. Like this, you know how big I am on this. Again, if I understand it correctly, it means pretty much that left stick dribbling is gonna be back and supposedly better than ever. The ability to take players on, change direction, increase the speed, get by players, take 1, 2, 3, 4 people on. it's very, very much needed, and especially the past couple of FIFAs, the dribbling on it has been nothing short of shambolic. And again, dribbling after defending pretty much increases the skill gap more than anything else. So much needed. Again, glad to see this. Free kicks and penalties, new free kicks and penalties. I know some people were complaining about this. I don't know why you guys are complaining about new free kicks and new penalties, because they've been shocking. They've been shocking on the last few FIFAs, especially penalties. Like they take no skill to take, and it's literally just a lottery. So I'm glad they've redone both of them. Some people are saying, oh, because they've done it based off old FIFAs and stuff. I don't give a shit. I don't care. So long as, like, you know, they've put effort into it, and it's gonna, hopefully, again, obviously I've not played it, hopefully they end up, you know, being better than what we've had. Then I don't care where they took them from. You know what I mean? All the best. And composed finishing, which, again, we've spoken about massively. My only worry with this, right, is that I seen a tweet from Stallion saying that who's played FIFA 20 and whose opinion I trust, saying that finishing still felt very, very bad to him. Which, I mean, so what's this composed finishing thing doing here? And again, it adds even more concern. Like, so if you're lying about this, are you lying about everything? Is everything a lie? Is what's going on here? Because I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm sold. I was sold watching the guy speak about it. I'm sold on what they've been saying. I'm sold on their words. I'm sold on FIFA 20. But if you're gonna be lying about this stuff, I don't know what's going on. Now, they also released another pitch notes article. Let's go through it real quick. Time finishing. They literally wrote an entire article trying to sell us on time finishing. I don't care how many words you put. You could be a million words explaining it. You're not gonna sell me. You're not gonna make me believe that it's the way forward. It's not. I don't care how much time, how much resources you have spent onto this thing. It does not belong in the game. And they even went as far as saying, which pissed me off in here, something as like removing time finishing would be a step back. Says who? You're saying that. The majority don't want it in. Like, any other game company takes the opinion of the majority of their players. If the majority of their fan base does not want it in, it's gone. And you're still trying to insist upon keeping it in. And again, I'm glad that you're trying to explain it, don't get me wrong, but I don't agree. And the majority do not agree. So I don't understand why you still insist upon trying to keep it in. Blows my mind. And obviously, Manuel goalkeeper, the same discussion here. Again, I have no doubt, right? I have no doubt, and I believe you that they're going to be better than FIFA 19. They're kind of, you know, it's impossible not to be, because literally the two features destroyed the game last year. But for FIFA 20, again, while I give you the benefit of the doubt, and I'm sure they're not going to be nowhere near as frustrating, you know, to play, but they don't belong in the game. It's as simple as that. They just don't. They don't. And the last one, which is the chaining of skill moves. This is, I think, guys, you know, and everything we've discussed so far, I think the most important one and a little bit of a controversial one. But in my opinion, it's the most crucial thing they've done. The most crucial thing that they've done for FIFA 20. In all of them. Because it's split opinion a bit. I've already seen several pros even, and several players coming in and saying, why have they done this? This is wrong. This is blah, blah. Shut your mouth, okay? Let me explain to you very, very carefully. Chaining of skill moves has been a problem, in my opinion, in several FIFAs, even though they've got the balance a lot better before. And obviously FIFA 19, it destroyed the game. Now, what I've said before about Volta, right? You can still do, in FIFA 20, apparently, from what I've been reading and from what they're saying, you can still do one or two skill moves, no problem, no issues. Skill moves to me are there to create space, right? They are not there to waltz straight through your defenders like they've been doing, especially this year and in previous games, okay? If you want to chain more than 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skill moves, go and play the Volta. Go and play FIFA Street. Enjoy your time there. Leave the 11 aside to the big boys. Learn how to play football. Learn how to play football. Chain, again, I understand this is a bit of a, because there's some people that literally it's their bread and butter, but come on. Like, we have to maintain some form of realism here, and it's the most, by far and away, been the most unrealistic features in all of the FIFAs, and it does not belong in the game, period. And again, you can still do 102, no problem, no issues. You just cannot do more than 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row, like you could have done in this FIFA 19. When Tech scored the Elastico goal, everyone's like, "Oh my god, that's the best goal I've ever seen. That's the most broken thing I've ever seen. Literally 3 Elasticos in a row. What is that? Galactic football? I don't know what that is. Don't recognize it. That's acid to my eyes. It does not belong in the game. Get it out. Well done, EA." Now on to the feedback given by the players that were at EA Play. Let's go through it a bit. Obviously, keep in mind one thing with this feedback. They did play a kickoff version, an offline version, probably like a May build, and I can pretty much guarantee you that the third game, especially on Ultimate Team, come release date, will be completely different. It always is. Having said that, it's obviously still important to get what they're saying, to see their opinions. And yeah, let's go through a few here. Chewboy pretty much said that AI defending has been massively nerfed, and that you have to select the closest player to the ball to defend. This is obviously what I said earlier, fundamental, crucial, and nice to hear. Footwiz confirmed that a lot of the exploits from FIFA 19 seem to have been toned down or removed, which again, yes, it should not have been there, but it's lovely to hear that they've dealt with them, that they've tackled them. Again, this is all well and good. AJ saying how FIFA 20 is so much better than FIFA 19, which I'm gonna be honest with you straight away. I don't want to see people saying this sort of thing. I couldn't be asked. I don't care. Saying FIFA 20 is better than FIFA 19. It's like saying, I don't know, like Kendall Jenner is hotter than your next door neighbor. I mean, yeah, like no shit. Like, what does that mean? It means nothing. It's literally impossible, I think, for them to make a game worse than FIFA 19. So I don't want to see, oh, FIFA 20 is so much better than FIFA 19. FIFA 20 should not be compared to FIFA 19, because that's giving them an easy pass. I don't want this game to just be better than FIFA 19. I don't, you know what I mean? I want this game to be a proper football game, a game that we deserve for some time now. And on to the last review, the review that I trust the most, the feedback I trust the most. I mentioned it earlier. Stallion's review, pretty much saying that that amongst his points, that the game is the slowest version of FIFA pretty much he's ever played. And this is very, very, very worrying to me. Very worrying, because as this is the discussion, and people were saying to Stallion about, oh, it's kickoff, it's always going to be so slow. I'm pretty sure he knows that. Like, he's comparing it to other kickoff versions, and it's still even slower than that. And this makes absolutely no sense to me, because I understand the pace, the rhythm of the game. They're never going to be able to please everyone. My opinion on it. It has to be sped up. The tempo has to be increased. The faster the game is, not only is it more fun to play in, it's a lot more skill based. And FIFA 19 to me is very, very, very slow, and this is apparently like a lot slower, which I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. As I've told you guys earlier, I am sold. Okay, their words have sold me on FIFA 20. I tweeted that. I'm not exaggerating. I mean, I stand by it. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, are you stupid? Why are you saying that after everything you've said this past year, after everything? But to me, I'm when a new game comes, I told you guys, I want to give FIFA 20 a fresh start. I want to judge it as a new game, and I want to give them the benefit of the doubt without holding FIFA 19 against them. But at the same time, when I start hearing stuff like this, and after you've sold me as well, I don't understand, because are these lies now? It's make me question. But again, we're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, right? I still maintain by it, guys. I've everything that I've heard about it, the words have all been well and good, and that's the only thing right now that I can technically judge it on. All the reviews, they're all well and good, but as I said, it's still a very, very early build. So you know what? Overall, from EA Play, I'm pleased. But let me tell you something here. If you let me down, if you let us down after selling us, after all these words, after you've promoted this more than any other FIFA, right? Kind of like with these words, you've never come out and said this sort of stuff. Now that you've come out and said it, you better stick with it. Because if you don't, because if you let me down, I'm gonna raise hell like I have never raised hell before on your game.